Have you ever felt like your AI voice agent have a mind of its own? You give it instruction to do something, it just doesn't do it for no reason. This is the exact issue that Retell AI has solved by introducing their new feature, conversational pathways. So in this video, I'm gonna guide you step by step on how to build an AI voice agent using Retell AI conversational pathways features. We'll cover everything from building workflows to using advanced features like custom function calling. And here is the exciting part. We'll do all of this by building a demo AI voice shopping assistant for e-commerce businesses. This AI voice agent will be able to do everything from checking order status to canceling orders, and also provide tailored product recommendations by using a RAG system in the backend that I built with ChatGPT and Make.com. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Rujud Lee. I specialize in building AI-powered voice agents for businesses that can help them streamline customer support, handle lead qualification, and also nurture prospects faster and more affordably than human teams. Here is a quick sneak peek at how the AI voice agent sounds in action.
Hello, this is Mary from Aurum Eclat. How may I help you?
Hi Mary, I ordered a product 1 week ago, but I still haven't received it.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Can I get your name so I can check on your order for you?
My name is Jude.
All right, Jude. Could you share the order ID with me so I can look into it for you?
My order ID is 1003.
All right, Jude. Your order with ID 1003 has been accepted. Let me check further to see why it hasn't arrived yet. Could you also confirm the email you used for the order?
The email I used for the order is judejohn@gmail.com.
Got it, Jude.
Yeah.
Let me check on this for you.
Now you might be tempted to believe that this is human, but it's not. It's an AI. So right now I'm going to guide you through a step-by-step process on how you can build an AI voice agent for an e-commerce business. So the first thing that you need to do, if you have not registered for a Retell account yet, so you need to go to retellai.com. I will be putting a link in the description of this video. So you can go there and create an account, but if you already have an account, then that's good. So here those are some testing I was doing with Retell, because I usually don't use Retell for building AI voice agents. I mostly use VAPI, but recently I've seen like Retell AI have been doing a lot of progress, way faster than VAPI, if I may say. So that's why right now I'm starting to shift a little bit. This is a demo that I did, and those are some, some agents that I've built just for testing purposes. So today we're gonna explore this one, e-commerce voice agent. At the beginning, I was thinking about doing a step-by-step guide, but I realized two things. The first one is it's gonna take a lot of time, and let's be honest, nobody's gonna watch a 2-hour YouTube video. That's that. And secondly, I think would be way more beneficial if I just explain everything while showcasing this template, so you just can go ahead and try to recreate it yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go step by step on each node. I will tell you the functionalities that you need to know about, and then you can go ahead and put that into your own agent that you're going to build later on. Retell just released this conversation flow mode. So there are a few things that you need to know. Everything here is called a node. So we have the conversation node, the function node, call transfer node, press digit node, and ending node. Here, this is where everything begins. So when you click on this, you have two options: either to make the AI remain silent or you initiate the conversation, or you can make the AI speak first. And you have to have a first message, and the first message is going to be the message that you put here. Here, like you can see, this is the welcome node. To add a node, the only thing you need to do is to click on this, click on any of them. For example, if I click on, like you saw, I click on conversation, there's a conversation node that appeared. I can delete it. If I click on function, So it's gonna give me a bunch of function. Let me click on check calendar availability. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, let me just click this one, for example. And here I have a function. Each of those boxes are called a node. Okay, and you have to link each node with another one. And inside of a node, there is something called transition. The transition is the condition that you have to set in order for the AI to go from one node to the other. So in the welcome node here, there is no transition. It's because for each other node that we have what's called a global node. So instead of linking the welcome node to other nodes with transitions, what we can do is we can just create those nodes and add them as global node. So if I click on this, you will see there's a setting where you can toggle this, which is global node, and you just put a condition here. So this can be considered as the transition condition as well. So you don't need to link the welcome node with this node anymore because you put the condition. So the AI model is already gonna know that if the caller is asking about a product, then it should I would say orientate the conversation through this node. And it's the same for all the other ones as well. You see for the order cancellation one, it's the same because it's a global node. Because I toggle this one, I need to rewrite it again. Order cancellation, okay. The caller wants to cancel an order. Okay, and now it's set. Let me click on it again one more time. Yeah, so this is the condition. So there's no need to come and try to link them together. You can do that too if you want, but I think with the settings in the global node, I think it's way easier. It's way more flexible for building everything. So the agent starts here with the begin button. It goes to the welcome node, and then from that the AI is gonna orient the conversation whether to order cancellation or to order status or to product recommendation. Aside from that, one thing that you need to know, and one thing that I think people don't talk about that much, is the function calls. So let's go through the workflow first, and then I'm going to explain to you how the custom function calling works in Retell. As you know, Retell AI already had some embedded function like check calendar availability and book on the calendar with call.com, which is pretty good, but in some cases you also need to do things that are a little bit more customized. So in this case of this agent, so what I did is, so this is the beginning. The AI said, hello, this is Mary from Ormikla, how may I help you? And if the caller is looking for a product, it's going to go automatically to that node. Okay, and I'm going to prompt the agent to act in a certain way. One thing that I forgot to mention is there's a difference between the prompt and the static sentence. For example, the first message is a static sentence, so the AI is always gonna say the same thing. But when it's a prompt, there might be a little bit of variation to it. Let's say this was a prompt. Instead of saying hello all the time, maybe the AI would say hi. But in this case, like you can see, this is a prompt. So I'm just telling the AI, okay, this is what you should do. And it's gonna independently decide how to do the task. So here the instruction I've given is ask the caller to give as much information as possible about the product they are looking for, so you can provide them with something that matches their needs. And then here the transition is when the product query is received, it's going to go to that node. The AI is going to repeat the product query and look if there's anything that matches the caller's need. And then here we have the product recommendation function. I'm going to also show you how to do function calling in Retell AI. So let me click on this. So the function node look like this. Okay, so here we have the function. If I click on this, you can see there are a lot of options available. And here, this is whether you want to wait for the result or not to go to the next node. So in this case, we're going to be waiting for the response because we're going to use something in the backend in make.com to look in the database to see if there is any product that matches the quality criteria. So we have to wait. So I toggle this one. And we can also decide to make this a global node as well, right? Which I'm not going to do, but we could do it potentially. We could just put some condition that will orient the conversation to this. That's also doable. And here we can also decide to prevent the user from interrupting while the AI is speaking. And one more thing that's interesting is that we can add fine-tuning examples. Here we can add some examples where we have input and output examples if we see that it's not working. But in this case, it has worked pretty well, so I don't think there's any need for me to put any fine-tuning examples. But just so you know, if you have a function and you're not getting the exact output that you would want, it's probably because you need to give a couple of examples for the LLM model to properly understand what you're looking for. Okay, so now here's the big question: how to do custom function calling in Retell AI. So when you click on this, we have a lot of different functions. So here, this is the name of the function. So that function is called product recommendation, and you have to put the description. For this case, the description is this function will be used to find products in our databases to recommend to customers. And here, this is a webhook URL from make.com. In case you don't know what a webhook is, or how to get one, the simplest thing to do is to go to make.com. Go to make.com and create an account. There will be a link in the description. Once we create the account, we will see something like this. You can just click on this button where you create a new scenario. And then let's wait for that to load up. Let's wait for a second. Yeah, and then you click on this one, and the first thing you will see is a webhook. You click on webhook, and you have to click on custom webhook. You'll click on this one, and then you have to add a new webhook. Let's call this test webhook. And then you save, and you have to copy this address. You can just click on this, copy address to clipboard, and then you have to come back to Retell, and you have to paste the URL of the webhook here. So anytime you make a function call, this webhook is gonna receive all of the data. Now that you know how to do that, since I already have my own scenario, I'm not gonna go deep into it. There are some other videos on my channel where you can go look more in depth how you can add a webhook, how you can create a make.com account, all of that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm also going to explain this because this is the common issue that people have regarding Retell AI and function calling. It is because Retell AI require a JSON schema to make the function call. Because if you don't, the function is going to go, but the webhook is not going to receive any properly formatted data. So we need to have a certain structure. Retell AI provide us with some example. I think in the documentation, they already have something that talks about that. So if you go to Retell AI and you go to custom function in the documentation, they will explain to you exactly how to do that. This is one example that they have. So in this schema, you need to have the type, object, properties. The inside of the properties, you will have all of the arguments in of the function. So in this case, we have CD, we have the description. Also very important because we're gonna send that to the LLM. Now, I know that you might not be familiar with JSON and how it works, etc. The beauty of that is we now have ChatGPT. So instead of trying to modify everything by yourself, you can just go in ChatGPT, create a prompt, and ask ChatGPT to follow the same structure and give you a JSON schema that you can put into your function. A simple way to do that is I'm just gonna copy this one. Let me try to open a ChatGPT window. I want to make a function call for Retell AI. The properties of that function are, let's say, CD and weather. Not CD. Okay, this is just an example, so I can put anything. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, the properties of that function are CD and weather. Let's say they are both strings and they are both required. That's it. And then I'm just gonna tell ChatGPT follow this format, and I copy and paste, and you'll see it's gonna give me something that I can work with. See, just replace everything for me, so I don't have to, because if you take the JSON schema and try to do everything yourself, you might make some mistakes, and we don't want that to happen. So you can just get ChatGPT to do that for you. I think I'm also gonna build a custom GPT to help me with these things, like function calling in Retell, maybe a little bit of prompting as well. I'm gonna come up with a custom GPT for that, but I'm so busy at the moment, I don't have the time, but I will do it hopefully soon. Okay, so like as you can see, it gave us the same structure with no mistakes, and you just have to copy, okay, and then you go back to Retell and you just paste it here. This is exactly what I've done for my function. I didn't try to modify it by myself. And I'm just going to click on update. Okay, sometimes it does that. When it does that, you just have to select everything, click on format JSON, and then you click on update. It should be working properly. And I click on this, save. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now let's go ahead and give it a test. Before giving it a test, let's look at what the scenario looks like. So here we have the webhook where we receive all of the data, and then we're going to use a ChatGPT module to produce an Airtable formula that we can use to fetch products that matches the caller's need. I know here I write RAG product recommendation. It's not really RAG, but I try to get around it without needing fancy tools like Supabase and everything. I think you can also do the same. If you are familiar with Supabase, you're familiar with LangChain and all of that, you can try to do it with it. It's gonna be very complicated, but me, I like to keep things simple. And what I find out is that you can do a lot of things with ChatGPT as well. So I try to leverage the LLM model to try to come out with something that might look like a RAG system. So here, this is the prompt that I use. You will find this prompt in my Discord channel as usual. You'll find the whole scenarios, obviously, right? So this is the prompt that I'm using, and this is the developer system prompt. This is the user prompt. So what's interesting in this prompt is that I had to tell ChatGPT all of the categories so I can get the output that I want, which is very important. And I also gave some examples of inputs and outputs that make it a little bit easier for the LLM model to give me exactly what I want. I think this is a secret. Usually people usually say that ChatGPT is not working. They just don't know how to prompt engineer. So if you know how to do prompt engineering, it's actually pretty easy. And when you cannot get what you want, just put a couple of examples, input, output, and should be working properly. Obviously, it is also going to be in my Discord channel. I'm gonna have all of the scenarios there, and all of the prompts are also gonna be included in the scenarios as well. So I'm not gonna go through that. The only thing that you need to know is that it's going to give me an Airtable formula I'm going to use to fetch some records in Airtable, and I'm gonna send those, one or two of those products back to the Retell AI assistant. Like I said, VAPI and Retell, they are all customizable, like the same. So I will send this information to the Retell agent. Let me save that. I'm gonna give it a test run and test it out so you can see how it works. Hold on, let me go and test LLM. Okay, let me do an audio test instead.
Hello, this is Mary from Aurum Eclat. How may I help you?
Hi Mary. I was wondering, do we have any watches?
Hi there. Oh, absolutely, we do have watches. Could you tell me a bit more about what you're looking for? Like, are you into a specific style, material, or maybe a certain brand?
I'm looking for a gold watch, let's say around $30,000.
Got it. So you're looking for a gold watch, and your budget is around $30,000. Let me take a look and see if we have something that matches your needs. Hang tight for a moment.
Thank you very much.
All right. Based on what you're looking for, I'd recommend our Aurum Eclat Signature Gold Timepiece. It's crafted in 18K solid gold, with a sleek, timeless design. The price is just under $30,000 specifically, $29,800. Would you like me to reserve it for you or share more details?
Like you can see here, this is just to show you how the scenario works. So through the webhook, we received the product query. So we have gold watch around $30,000. So we're gonna input that into the ChatGPT module that's gonna help us come out with an Airtable formula that looks like this. See, and material, we have the category and we have the price. And we're going to use that formula to fetch some Airtable records. So here we fetch one, which means they have one gold watch that's under $30,000, and then I sent that information back to the assistant, as you can see. So this is the product recommended, the name, the price, the description. I also need to show you how my database looks like. This is something that I've built myself. No, not myself. I've used ChatGPT to create some fake data to build it. So yeah, not myself, but you get the idea. You have to have something like that. We have the product name, the category, the materials, the prices, and here we have some of the information that I don't know too important. You need to have a database like this so you can go and look into that database. You need to look into a database like this to fetch the items that are relevant to what your customer is looking for. We can do that not only for e-commerce, but there's a couple of other use cases for this type of agent as well, such as car dealerships, real estate agents who have a lot of properties. You can have an external database like this to go ahead and fetch some information. Now let's go back to the agent first. This is the node where everything starts about the product recommendation, and then after this is what we prompt the agent to do. Repeat the query and inform the caller if you're that you're taking a look to see if there's anything that matches his needs. And here, like you can see in the transition part, I skip the response, which means that the AI is not gonna wait for the caller to say anything, just gonna go to the next node. And the next node is the product recommendation one, okay, where I fetch the product data. And there's another case where if there is no product that corresponds to the caller's need, this one I didn't add anything. I didn't connect it to any other nodes because it's just for testing purposes. But if the assistant get the product details, here we have another node where it's going to inform the caller that he found something that is relevant, and will answer all questions related to that certain item. And after answering to all the inquiries regarding the product, you will ask if the caller wants him to send the product details through text message. And here we have two options. If the caller wants to receive the product detail by text message, now the agent is going to ask for the caller's phone number, and it's going to capture that phone number because this is the transition condition. Hold on, I think I made a typo here. Phone. Okay, it's going to capture that phone number, and then we're going to go through the SMS function, which is very similar to the other one in terms of structure. So here we have the webhook URL, the name, the description as well, and then here we have our JSON schema, right, with the description and everything. Remember, you always need to add a description because otherwise the LLM model will struggle to to get exactly what you mean. You have to explain it, right? So this is why this description is there for. It's an explanation. And then I mark what is required, which is the product recommended and the phone number. We're going to capture the product that we've recommended to the caller, and we're going to capture the phone number of the caller. And let me show you exactly what that looks like as well. This is what the scenario attached to the SMS function looks like. So through this webhook, we're going to receive the product query. We're also going to receive the phone number. We're going to use that product query to find the product that we've recommended previously and that the caller has agreed to receive by text message into the Airtable database. And then we're going to send him the information regarding that product to text message using Twilio, because the number that we use is a Twilio number. And then here we're just going to send back a confirmation message that's saying that the text message has been sent successfully. Let's test the audio.
Hello, this is Mary from Ecom. How may I help you?
Hi Mary, I'm looking for a bracelet.
Hi there. Oh, a bracelet, nice choice. Could you tell me a bit more about what you're looking for? Like, are you into gold, silver, or maybe something with gemstones? And any specific style or occasion in mind?
I'm looking for a gold bracelet.
Got it. A gold bracelet. Let me take a look and see if we have something that matches what you're looking for. Hang tight for a moment. All right, I found something I think you'll absolutely love. It's our gold bracelet by Ecom. It's super chic and perfect for adding a touch of luxury to your everyday look. The price is $45,642.48. What do you think? Any questions about it?
No, I don't have any questions about it.
All right, great. Would you like me to send the product details to you through a text message?
Yeah, I like that very much.
Perfect. Could you share your phone number with me so I can send the details over?
Okay, my phone number is 239-426-8252.
All right, I've sent you the product details and the link by text. Oh, and you've got a special 5% off with the promo code JAN5. Let me know if you need anything else. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you very much. Okay, that's it for the test. So let's go into the scenario. I already explained this one. So here, this was the scenario that we use for the product recommendation. And let you take a look at this scenario where we receive the arguments. This is the phone number, the recommended product. Okay, and we're going to use the recommended product to get an Airtable formula that we can use and fetch the corresponding product from the database in Airtable. So this is the prompt. You're also gonna have that as well into my Discord channel. Let me save that up. We're gonna have all of that in my Discord channel. The only thing you need to do is to go and click on import blueprint, and then you can go ahead and choose the file, and you're gonna have everything in here. So here, this is where we get the product that was recommended before, and here we're gonna send the text message with the promo code. And as you can see, the voice agent also talk about the promo code just by itself as well. And here is the webhook response that we send, saying that the message has been sent successfully. Okay, so after I inform the caller that he has sent the product details, it's gonna ask the caller if there's anything else that he wants. If there's nothing that he wants, it's just gonna go ahead and end the call, right? So now let me go to the other workflow. So this is for the order cancellation part. You ask the caller for his name, you ask for the order ID, and then here, if the cancellation is successful, it's going to inform the caller that the order has been successfully canceled, and it's gonna politely say goodbye, and it's going to end the call as well. So here, one thing that is that is interesting for you to see is the order cancellation. If I click on this again, it looks very similar to all the other ones. The only thing that is maybe a little bit different is the JSON, is the property name and the description, but it's basically the same thing. Let me walk you through the scenario. So here, to this webhook, we're going to receive the order ID, and then we're gonna go and search for the order, and we're going to cancel that order. One thing that you need to know is that Shopify has two order numbers. One, which is the name, which is the order ID that the customer receives, and there's another one which is the internal order ID, which is the one that Shopify has. So when the AI asks the caller for the order ID, he refers to the external one, which is going to be something very simple like 1001, 1002, 1003, and then the order ID that Shopify has is something that is a little bit longer. So here, that's why we have the search for order module first, because we're going to use this name to pull out the order and trying to find the internal order ID so that we can go and cancel that order, right? So here we're going to receive the internal order ID, and then we're going to use that internal order ID to cancel the corresponding order. I'm also going to give you a look at this functionality as well, but to do this I'm gonna just go ahead and test the LLM model. Let me say, hi, I want to typo here, I want to cancel product. Okay, sure, can I get your name? I said, let me say Jude. Okay, now it's gonna ask for the order ID 1003. Let me go ahead and check if one, okay, like as you can see here, I created a Shopify account just for this one. So those are all test orders, those are not real orders. They are not real money. This is not real money. So you can see this is my order number 1003. Order cancellation. Okay, it's working. I'm gonna say 1003 and let's see what's going to happen. Good. So you see, we did the tool call, the function call. Okay. Your order 1003 has been successfully canceled. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. And now if I go back to order cancellation, so here we receive the order ID, the external one that the customer has, and then after we pull out all the information about the order, and what we really need is the internal order ID that Shopify has, which is this one, and we're going to use that internal order ID to cancel the order. Like you can see here, this is the input, the internal order ID, and then we send back the webhook response saying that the order has been successfully canceled. Hold on a second, this is not working properly. Yeah, the order has been successfully canceled. And now if I go back to Shopify, you can see exactly that the order 1003 has been canceled, because you see this bar means that it's canceled. Okay, again, this is how you can do that as well. You can go ahead and sell that to e-commerce businesses. I think this is something that's going to be very, very useful to them. So you can go ahead and try to approach e-commerce stores and try to pitch them on having a voice agent that can do all those kind of stuff. One other functionality of this voice agent is that we can also check on orders, which is pretty simple compared to the other scenarios. We're just gonna ask for the order ID like we did before, and then we're going to have this function where we check for the order status, and here the agent is going to answer any inquiries that the caller might have regarding his order. And let me make you take a look at this scenario. Very simple. You receive all of the data here, which is the order ID, and we search for the order and we send the information back to the voice agent, the fulfillment status and the tracking number. and then the voice agent is going to answer any inquiries regarding that specific order, which is pretty simple as well, right? One more thing that I think that you should know is the transfer call section. So if I click on this is the number you have to select for the transfer. And there are two types of transfers. There's the cold transfer, where the AI doesn't say anything about the previous conversation. And there's the warm transfer, where the AI is going to give the person whose the call is going to be transferred to a little bit of context briefly. So here, this is the little text that I like to use. Based on my testing, I think this works pretty well, where you just prompt the AI to say hello to the agent and summarize the user's problem, which is pretty simple. And this is also a global node, which means if the user is angry and wants to talk to a human, then the AI agent is going to transfer that call automatically to this specific number that I indicated here as well, okay? Which is pretty interesting. Okay, that's it for today. I think I've covered pretty much everything. If you need to know more about this, feel free to leave a comment. If there's anything you want me to cover from Retell, because I'm really diving deep into Retell recently, since I've realized how fast they are progressing compared to VAPI. That's it for this video. If there's anything that you want me to do a video on regarding Retell or voice agents in general, feel free to leave a comment. I will reply. I always reply to all of my comments, and I will most likely do a video about it. And also like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because as you remember, our mission is to bring AI to the people. My objective with this channel is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of March, and I think with your support this is gonna be 100% achievable. So go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and let's bring AI to the people. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.